Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Tony with Quick Tech Solutions, and on July 28th, 2025, Ubiquiti released Edgerouter 3.0.0. This has been a long time coming. Now, I know I haven't done many Ubiquiti or Edgerouter videos recently, but since my channel originated with a lot of that content, I would feel remiss if I didn't bring this video to you. So, let's get to it. Looking at the release notes for Edgerouter 3.0.0, it includes a new redesigned web interface and added support for WireGuard. Those are the two biggies. The updated web interface has a redesigned look. It moved all of the tabs from across the top to a left side menu. It added dark mode, which I'll show you in the video. It added support for WireGuard, which I'll show you where you can find that in the video. It says DHCP version 6 now ignores advertised messages with none of the requested data and missed status codes. It added support for remote access to the local web interface via UISP, and I will show you that later on in the video as well. Again, the left menu, which replaced the tab navigation. It added a new version of the ports widget on the main header, which I'll show you once we get into the UI. It added the system option to theme, system settings, and a bunch of other things. A few of the bug fixes include fixed issue with DHCP renewal when using a /32 netmask, fixed restoring a configuration backup, fixed a link to UISP application running on UISP console, and fixed an issue with upgrade in Chrome. And then there are a few known issues and some additional information. Now, what I would like to talk to you about is the upgrade path. For some, the upgrade path appears right within the Edgerouter UI in the old interface. For me, that wasn't the case because I was running version 2.0.8 hotfix 1, so I was quite a few versions behind with this particular Edgerouter X. So I just downloaded the software and uploaded it. But before I did so, I went into the CLI and I removed the old system image because sometimes the Edgerouter X devices are short on storage space. So that said, I removed the old image. I updated the firmware. I did get a message that the firmware failed. However, I went back into the CLI and it showed Edgerouter 3.0 as the default image. It just needed to be rebooted. So I did a reboot through the CLI and everything worked out well. Okay, here we are. You can see the Edgerouter X is running version 3.0.3. Here is the widget that they referred to in the release notes. You have your CPU usage, your RAM usage, and your port status right here. You can see that UNMS, or actually UISP, is up to date. I added this router to UISP so I could show you the remote access feature. And you can see that it's up to date with the 3.0.0 firmware as well. You got your CLI, which is pretty much in the same place as last time. And then if we look, all the tabs that were across the top now live down the left side in a left menu. Down here you have all your interface information and some statistics up here. If we come over to the left side and we go to traffic analysis, I don't have that turned on right now. So a lot of the same features just located differently in the UI. Here you have the DHCP server. You could configure your DNS here and your PPPoE if needed. Here's your VPN, and this is where you'll find WireGuard. You could see in the old software we only had PPTP remote access and IPsec site to site. Now we have a third option called WireGuard. I have it enabled, and you can see here that you can just put in your parameters for WireGuard, set up your peers here. So maybe that's something we'll do in another video. Moving down to QoS, a lot of the same stuff. Users, the same as well. You still has the config tree if you prefer that option of programming. And then again, we still have the basic setup wizard, the load balancing wizard. So all of the wizards are there as well. And if we come down to system settings, here's where you can pick your light mode and your dark mode. So for now, I have it set to dark mode because it's just a little easier to see on the eyes. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to show you is the new feature of how you can remotely access an Edgerouter through UISP if you're running a UISP server and managing your devices that way. So here we are looking at my USIP server, and by the way, this is running on a Ugreen NAS virtual machine, and it's been running flawlessly. So here's the Edgerouter. So let's click on the Edgerouter, and very easy over here you have three icons. You have a topology icon, you do have a map icon, and now you have a third option here which doesn't exist if you're not running version 3.0.0. If you click on the remote access icon, it should launch you out and load the login page for the Edgerouter. And there we have it. So now I'm actually managing the Edgerouter X here on my desk through my USIP server. I'm getting a message that my router's current password is not secure because I haven't changed it from the default for this video. So let's go ahead and cancel that for now. But here we go. So here's the same interface I showed you earlier. Oddly enough, though, it's not showing in dark mode. It's showing in light mode, but still it's the same. Edgerouter X, there's all my routes. There's my firewall port forwarding. Takes a little longer to load, obviously, but there you have everything. There are my services. There's the VPN setup. And again, it's showing that WireGuard is not enabled. So QoS, users, there's the config tree option here. There we go. And the wizards are here. So everything is pretty much the same. Okay, one thing I do want to mention is the release notes did say that SSH was disabled in factory default config. So what I found is after I factory reset this box right here and did the update to version 3, that SSH was in fact not disabled. So that might be just a quirky thing here, a one-time isolated incident. So if you are updating to version 3 and you are expecting to have SSH disabled, just go to the system settings and double check on that feature. Aside from that, I want to know what you think about this new Edgerouter 3.0.0 firmware update. I think it's great that they're giving new life into these older boxes. They are solid. They've always been solid. I have tons of them running out in production right now. I'm going to bench test this for a while before I actually go ahead and update my clients. But I'd like to hear your thoughts. Put that down in the comments below. And that's all for now.